prescribed burning, determining fuel moisture is extremely important in order to understand how the fire is going to behave and what kind of fire intensity we can expect, especially if you're burning in juniper country where the goal may be to manage juniper with the fire. Then it's very helpful to understand what the fuel moisture content of the leaf moisture is. What we normally do will come out the day of the burn or the day before the burn and take a juniper leaf moisture and measure that, and from that we can have a better idea of how the fire might behave when we're trying to actually set the fire. The way we do it here is to take a paper sack and we'll write the date on the sack, and we'll write the kind of the location, pasture, or location in the pasture, and then we'll write down the species of juniper, and this happens to be ash juniper. Carry a little handheld scale with us, and we'll get a measurement, the weight of the bag, and we'll write that weight down on the bag. What we want to do is take a sample from the tree about chest high, and we just want to strip off a few leaves, and our goal is to get about 100 grams of juniper. Try to minimize the amount of stem material as much as possible. You're going to get some stem, but that's okay. Just try not to get too much. And 100 grams is probably something about like this. We put that in the bag, and we'll get a wet weight. Now, we'll just fold this bag up. There is variation between trees, and so what we might want to do is sample from 2 or 3 more trees, and then we'll write the same information on each bag, weigh the bag prior to putting the sample in the bag, and then we'll take these back where we have a microwave, and we'll dry the samples and get a dry weight. Okay, if we're going to measure juniper leaf moisture, we bring that sample in and we put it in the microwave for 30 seconds. And it's important not to microwave it more than 30 seconds because it is a volatile fuel and it can ignite. Take it out, let it cool for 10 or 15 seconds, put it back in. You're probably going to have to do that, repeat that 2 or 3 times before the moisture content is low enough that you can start weighing it. And so you weigh it after about 3 times of microwaving it at 30-second intervals. And then once you quit losing weight of the sample, then that means all the moisture's been driven out, and you take that value, which is the dry weight. And you subtract the bag weight from that. Then it's wet weight minus dry weight divided by dry weight times 100 will give you % leaf moisture. In particular, if you get juniper leaf moistures down to 40% range, then you've got a real flammable situation, and you could expect the fire to get up in the canopy rather quickly. If you have juniper leaf moistures greater than 80 to 85%, then you have enough moisture in that tree that it's very difficult to reach ignition. Then that juniper could actually act as a fire break on a prescribed burn, all other conditions considered. The knowledge of the juniper leaf moistures gives you a lot of information in terms of how the fire might behave. So that's why it's important to determine juniper leaf moisture.